Hello. So today I want to talk about spiritual beasts, in particular spiritual beast seals. That's something that I never paid any attention to for a long time. And then recently I was looking at the power increase feature. If you go to detail, you can see there's this button that says power increase, and it basically ranks you on your on different things in your server. And so the spiritual beast seal knight, I had 0, so it gave me an F or a D. I don't remember what it gave me. And so I was like, okay, let me look into the spiritual beasts and how they can really help. And so if you go to your pasture and you go look at your spiritual beasts, you know you have all the different spiritual beasts that you might have. Different levels for each one. So once you get a spiritual beast up to level 10, then it gives you the ability to do seals. And so let me show you. So I have the Trask that I put up to level 10. And so if I go ahead and look at the seal for it, it gives you this picture here. And so what this gives you is a list of 5 different seals that you can pick. And each one gives you 2 abilities that you can rank up. And so that I was like, okay, that's okay, but it's kind of difficult to match the different abilities on a particular general that you want to put the beast on. So like in this one, attacking mounted troop attack and march speed. Okay, those are both good on monster killers. That's fine. But then here, when joining the rally, enemy siege machine attack minus X and all resources production, which don't have anything to do with each other, obviously. This one, all troops load, and when joining the rally, enemy ground troop defense. So, these look weird. I mean, definitely some good abilities in there, but not necessarily something that you want all on one general. And then also down at the bottom, depending on how many levels you've picked, you can unlock different special abilities for the seals. So like here, as long as you have level 10 spiritual beast seals level and your pasture is 30, then enemy ranged troops attacking your city get minus 10%. And then if you get it up here, it gets another minus 10%, another minus, depending on how many seals you get, you can really increase your enemy ranged troop attack debuff. The next one, it's similar. This one it gives your range defense a buff for each one, and similar. So I was like, okay, but once again, I was like, okay, I can put this on my wall general and maybe that would help, but I'm not sure how all the other different ones would work, because you can only have one main wall general and the other ones wouldn't really matter, so I thought. But one thing I noticed is that these bonuses are global. So as long as you own the beast, it doesn't matter which general you have it on, you're going to get these bonuses. And I can show you that that's the case with a small example. So let me an easy way to check buffs is to just go into Expedition. And so if I go into Expedition and I just send a march, it doesn't really matter which one, and have it battle. I can say well, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not looking to succeed, I'm just looking to look at the log at the end. And so if we look at this log and we go to the troop buff, so we can see for like the mounted troop, it's got 642, 747, and 617. Those are my buffs currently for that. And so if I come back out here and I go to the spiritual beast, and which one was it? This one up here. So the attacking mounted troop attack. So let's go ahead and increase that. So that beast, the Tarrasque, is on my wall general. Has nothing to do with who I was attacking with here. I forget which one I used. Okay, I used my ground march. So if I go back and I fight with my ground march again. Now, if I look at the buff for the mounted, so 645 attack, and just as a reminder, before it was at 642 attack. So even though that beast has nothing to do with the general that I was using, I still got the buff, which shows that it was global. So that opens up a lot, because that means now every beast that you can get up to level 10, and you can just get even a single seal in, all of a sudden those bonuses are going to apply to every march or every battle that you're in. And so I haven't yet gone and upgraded as many beasts as I can to get these attributes, but I'm definitely going to this week, because those bonuses, like I showed you, those can be very significant. You can get your gathering speed up, your construction buffs, resources production, like for basically nothing, you can get all these up. Now, so that accounts for any of the seals here, and I'm assuming the seals down here also. It's tough to say because it requires your city to get attacked in order to. Actually, the enemy ground troop. I guess I could check that, but I'd have to really level my seals up more than I have in order to double check to make sure that these all are global. But I can't imagine why they wouldn't be. So what that means then is that for who you put the beast on, these abilities are the only ones that really matter. And so in this case, I had put I put it on my wall general because I thought that the seal ones were the ones that made a difference. But really, these are the only ones that apply only to the general that it's on. And so I can show that. Let's take Hadi here, the wolf beast, who I have on Francis Watt of France, and you can see here, like, it's giving a ground troop attack of 16%. And so let's see. So let's go back here and let's do another battle, except instead of this general, let's go ahead and use just Francis and do a march. Okay, and now let's go ahead. I'm going to go to Francis, and I'm going to take the beast off. And I'm going to try to attack again. And then after this, we'll go ahead and look at the logs. Okay, so the first attack, if we look at the buff here, so we can look at the ground buff. I forget which one it was. So we got 689, 641, and 665. And if we look at after I took it off, 705. Oh, sorry. So I guess I was looking at it in the wrong order. This one was the 1503.54. You can see attack is at 705. And then this one was 1504.28. So this was happened after it, and you can see that the attack buff is lower. So in that case, that proves that the actual buff given here, these 4 abilities that it gives, these matter for the equipped general. But for the seals, once I level this guy up enough, I can grab whatever seals that he happens to have. So like it tells me that I can't do them now, but you can see I can get more gathering speed, more resources production, more march speed and whatnot. So I can grab all these global abilities, but make sure that since this guy he boosts ground attack and mounted defense, so he's best on either a mounted or a ground general, and really doesn't do that much except for the debuffs against other things. Okay, so I just wanted to share that information since I certainly wasn't aware of it. I'm sure others probably were aware of it, but if you're not, then now you are, and you can reap the benefits. All right, talk to you later. Bye.